the long shut down cattle market and welcome repentant bandits back into the community.
Hello, what's up, guys? Let's address a painful truth that can no longer be ignored: the glaring injustice in how Nigeria handles so called repentant bandits versus how it treats Biafran freedom fighters like Nnamdi Kanu. Governor Sani of Kaduna State recently pardoned bandits who terrorized communities for years, even boasting about their rehabilitation. These are the same bandits responsible for kidnappings, cattle rustling, and countless innocent lives lost. Yet, they are now being welcomed back with open arms, given government support, and even celebrated in public. But what about Nnamdi Kanu? What about those who stood up peacefully to demand fairness and equality for the Igbo people? No kidnappings, no killings, no ransom demands, just a call for justice. Yet, Kanu and many others like him are suffering in prison across Nigeria. Their crime? Wanting an end to marginalization. And instead of rehabilitation, they get imprisonment, torture, and silence from those in power. Now, here is the shocking part: these bandits are being hailed as reform repentant bandits, while Biafran's activists are branded as criminals, terrorists. Why is it that criminals who terrorize the nation get a second chance, but peaceful agitators are denied even their basic human rights? Why are some lives more forgivable than others? The hypocrisy is blatant. If dialogue works for those who shed blood, why isn't it for those who simply speak out for justice? Stay with me as I share clips showing how bandits are received like royalty, and how Nigerians are reacting to this shameful double standard.
Tight security was evident as Governor Sani alongside top government officials arrived in Gwari to reopen the long shut down cattle market and welcome repentant bandits back into the community. This initiative is a key part of the governor's broader strategy to tackle insecurity in Kaduna State by offering a second chance to those who lay down their arms in the spirit of fairness and justice. The Emir of Gwari, His Royal Highness Jubril Gwari II, expressed joy over the development, commending the role repentant bandits are playing in stabilizing the area.
Just about some few weeks ago, these people have released over 100 people that they have captured. And they have also, wherever there is anybody among them who feels he can do without them, they dealt with him. They are protecting us, they are protecting themselves.
Speaking to the gathering, Governor Sani highlighted the crucial role of the peace dialogue in resolving conflicts, noting that the state is developing a robust framework for sustainable peace and security.
This model will include disarmament, demobilization, and reintegration, alongside investment in rural development and conflict resolution. It is a holistic approach that addresses both the symptoms and the root causes of insecurity.
He emphasized
Through
that
numerous meetings and extensive discussions,
take firm action against anyone who refuses to abandon violent activities.
Several senior bandits leaders have laid down their arms and embraced peace, along with their followers. Our approach is based on principle of carrot and stick. When we welcome those who choose peace, we will not hesitate to take decisive action against anyone who continues to perpetuate violence.
The governor assured the audience that the government remains committed to supporting those who genuinely seek change, providing them with the tools to reintegrate into society as law-abiding citizens.
I just saw a video of Kaduna State Governor shaking hands and welcoming repentant bandits from prison. You are shaking hands with the very people that caused Nigerians pains and sorrow, caused a lot of lives to be lost. You call them repentant bandits and you are bringing them back into the society. How are they really repentant? But we have not seen a video of anybody releasing repentant IPOB members that have been arrested since 4 to 5 years now. They have not released any IPOB repentant member. Nnamdi Kanu is still in prison. He cannot repent. The same people in the north who are shouting extradite Simon Ekpa are the ones welcoming repentant bandits into their community. Until we stop being hypocrites in this country, we can never move forward. How come the same people who caused you pain are being welcomed back into the society to come and do what? Put these people back in the military. Put them in the front line to go and fight their so-called people they've repented from, if they truly repented. Because I don't understand what they are repenting from. How come it is only bandits that are repenting? All the people that are armed robbers, what of other criminals, can't they repent? It is only bandits that is always repenting. How do you know they have repented? Are you inside their mind? And then they will come back. You will not give them employment. You will not monitor them. They will go back to the former things they are doing. We need to start reforming our leaders' brain, because I don't know how they think.
Breaking news. The governor of Kaduna State just shut down the major market in Kaduna State to welcome repentant bandits. Imagine a governor of a state welcoming bandit terrorists that have been terrorizing the state, killing people, like burning houses and everything. They are welcoming them. The governor of the state is welcoming them, giving them an honor. If you go to Kaduna State, you find out that there are many poor families, there are many people without jobs, there are many people that can't eat in a day. And here they are welcoming, giving a preferential treatment to bandits, terrorists. See, I'm thinking that these people are the ones sponsoring all these terrorists, this Boko Haram of a thing and the ISIS and everything. These people allegedly might be the one behind all this. How can governor of a state? Okay, look at Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu, court has given order for them to release Nnamdi Kanu for over like 2 years now. These people have locked on Nnamdi Kanu for doing nothing. And here the northern governors keep welcoming bandits, giving them preferential treatment, giving them houses, giving them all manner of things, hoping for them to be part of the society. How can a criminal be part of the society?
As we get closer to the end of this discussion, let's reflect on what we have witnessed. A system where true justice seems reserved for some, while others are left to languish in prisons. Governor Sani and other northern leaders consistently pardon and celebrate bandits and terrorists who have caused immense pain. These are individuals who have kidnapped innocent people, burned villages, collected ransoms, and left a trail of devastation. Yet they are granted amnesty, placed in rehabilitation programs, and reintroduced into society with full government support. But what about the freedom fighters? Why aren't Nnamdi Kanu and others who peacefully advocated for equality and fairness being extended the same courtesy? They neither kidnapped nor killed. They simply demanded an end to marginalization, a voice for the oppressed, and justice for the ignored. How can we justify calling for peace when those who call for dialogue are imprisoned while those who wage war are pardoned? This double standard erodes trust in governance. It sends a dangerous message that violence is more likely to be rewarded than peaceful advocacy. It teaches that banditry is forgivable, but seeking justice peacefully is a crime. Can we build a stable nation on such a foundation? The implications are grave. When those who terrorize are embraced and those who seek fairness are punished, we foster resentment, deepen division, and ignite further unrest. If peace is truly the goal, then shouldn't it start with justice? Justice for Nnamdi Kanu, justice for those who never pick up arms but choose their voices instead. I urge you to consider this. If rehabilitation is possible for bandits, why isn't it possible for freedom fighters? Let's discuss it in the comment section. Share your thoughts, your frustrations, your hopes. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to like this video, share it widely, and subscribe to stay informed. Together, let's push for a Nigeria where peace is built on justice, not hypocrisy. Stay tuned for the clip. You need to see an interview with this governor who just celebrated bandits to truly understand the gravity of this injustice.
Thank you so much, everyone. Let's get to one of our major stories tonight. It's about the situation in Kaduna State and the move by Senator Sani, the governor of Kaduna State, in what has looked like an amnesty for repentant bandits and some of the reasons why he's taking that move. I'm being joined from Kaduna by Senator Obasani, the governor of Kaduna State. He's live for us. Thanks so much, Your Excellency, for joining us tonight. Let's begin by knowing what the reasons behind your decision for granting some kind of amnesty to these bandits. Sorry, it appears that your device is muted. Maybe that can be muted so that we can hear you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Now we can hear you. Go ahead, please.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Thank you for having me. Yesterday, precisely in the evening at Benongwari, we were able to conclude our discussion with the relevant stakeholders, that is the Benongwari community, including the mayor of Benongwari, as well as the people of Benongwari, where the bandits are. Of course, you will be aware that this arrangement was in the process in the last six months precisely. We've been on this thing in the last 6 months, and thankfully, yesterday we were able to come to a conclusion where the bandits dropped their own arms and, of course, embraced peace. Of course, for me, it's a major achievement by Kaduna State government. Most of these bandits are known by the people of Benongwari local government because they are born there, they were raised in Benongwari. So, but of course, we believe it's a way to go. If we could not be able to achieve the kinetic approach, we should also look at both kinetic and non-kinetic approach. And I'm happy we are now achieving some successes. Only last 2 weeks, as part of the agreement, they were able to release at least 106 people that were kidnapped by the bandits.
So does it mean that they were on the military, all the security agencies were unable to capture, arrest, or demobilize these bandits? That's why you and your government are looking at this alternative measure.
No. Maybe you did not listen to my statement at the occasion yesterday. It's a process that took almost 6 months precisely to reach this position. And of course, as you are aware, Benongwari is one of the most critical local government in terms of banditry, kidnappings, and insurgency in Kaduna State, or I can say in the Northwest. But of course, when I came in, I made it clear to everyone that the most important agenda of our government is to ensure that we bring back peace. Agriculture contributes about 42.8% of our GDP, and of course, most of our farmers hardly go to farm because of this problem of banditry and kidnappings. Our small businesses have been affected, and of course, a lot of people lost their lives. And of course, this problem have been in Benongwari in the last over 10 years, precisely. And of course, like I said, it's a joint effort between Kaduna State government. We initiated this effort, but we also partner with the federal security agencies, that is the Office of the NSP, the military, the Air Force, the Army, and all the relevant security agencies. So it's a collective effort. And what we did yesterday, the program actually embarked on ensuring that the bandits came themselves. And the process of disarmament, demobilization, and integration is in the process. Of course, like I said.
Let me ask. Does it mean that these bandits have totally been forgiven of all their crimes?
No, I'm not talking about forgiving or not forgiving. But of course, as a governor, when you're elected by a people, you listen to what the people want. Like I said, we sat down with the people of Benongwari local government, at the Premier of Benongwari, who have been in the who have been part of this process. He's someone that have been witnessing this very unfortunate incident in the last 10 years. And he was a person who actually welcomed this development. And as a governor, for me, the most important agenda of our government is protect the lives and properties of all. That is what it is. The approach is not just about forgiving people, not forgiving them. The most important thing is bringing peace to the people of Benin.
I mean, one thing that will come to mind is that if these people are called repentant bandits and they have been reaccepted to the society, the question is that some of the offenses or the crimes that have been alleged to have committed include banditry, terrorism, kidnapping. These are federal offenses which are not in the purview of the state government. They are federal offenses. So the question is whether or not you and your government have the prerogative or the power to be able to let them off the hook. Okay. It seems that we lost connection there. I will try to reestablish connection with the governor of Kaduna State, Senator Uba Sani, whom we have been having conversations on the repentant bandits that have been received by the governor of Kaduna State. I understand that he's back with us. Your Excellency, my question was whether or not the prerogative of your state government, yourself as a governor, is right in the sense that some of the offenses they committed allegedly in the realm of federal offenses, terrorism, kidnapping, and whether or not it's within your power to be able to let them off the hook.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you now, Your Excellency. Please go ahead.
Okay, so like I said, this is a joint effort between Kaduna State government, the Office of the National Security Advisor, all the relevant government agencies at the federal level. All of us are working together to ensure that we succeed in this effort to bring peace to our communities. Of course, in the last 10 years, we've been witnessing this very unfortunate incident of banditry, kidnappings, and insurgency in our own localities, particularly in the rural areas that I just told you has affected hundreds of thousands of our people. And that has also brought about a lot of poverty in our own communities because our people are farmers, they cannot go to farm. But this year, as I'm talking to you, I have not had a moment our people go back to farm. Yesterday, I opened the market, the cattle market in Binongwali, and everybody in that community was happy. Let me give you an example. In the last 6 months, when we started this discussion, our people traveled from Kaduna to Binongwali without any fear. Nobody was kidnapped. Nobody was attacked. Nothing happened. And for me, it's a positive sign. As a governor, let me be very frank with you. It's about coming out with a solution. I don't care about politicizing issues. If at the end of the day, I'm able to protect my people, ensuring that they can go to farm, our people can work freely, that is the most important thing. Any other thing, as far as I'm concerned, is secondary. The most important responsibility for me as a governor when I was elected, I promised the people of Kaduna State I will bring back peace to our own states. Let me give you an example. Today we had a town hall meeting and I talked to all the traditional rulers within the Southern Kaduna as is. Also, they confirmed to me in the last 4 to 5 months there have never been an issue of kidnapping, banditry or insurgency. Also, for me, that is what is more important to me. Because if we continue like this and we're able to address the problem of security in our own state, we will be able to back on other important programs like enhancing education, healthcare. Because as I'm speaking with you, there are a lot of things we want to do, but we can only do them if there's peace and there's security in our own communities. Yeah. So for me, what we've done in Kaduna today, yesterday, is Kaduna model. And I want you to give us benefit of doubt. Because today, people have been very extremely happy. Everyone is moving around. What will happen Like I said, most of these people that we call bandits in Aram in the Benungwari, I sat down with the Benungwari who have known them. He told me most of them were born in Benungwari. He knows their parents, he knows their families. Look, this thing that is happening at the moment, there was a mistake or something that happened in the past. Recall, there were a lot of effort in the past to address this problem, but there was trust deficit. That was what actually led to the escalation of insecurity. So we are not looking at only the problem, we are looking at the symptoms and the causes of this insecurity. So we're able to tackle the symptoms.
So, Governor Sani, yeah. So I'd like to ask, are there any kind of negotiation that came before all of this? What did they ask for? What did you give? What was it that they said? Because Bello Turji, for example, gave a lot of conditions before he could lay down his arms. So these Dogo Gide, for example, what is he asking for in return for laying down his arms?
Let me tell you, Dogo Gide when they went to school, everyone was worried. And of course, I came to the national television. Remember, I had an interview with you and I told you the difference between what we're doing in Kaduna and many other places is that we refuse to politicize this issue of insecurity because I believe we look at the root cause of this problem. We went back. Recall, only last week when I attended the program of Sadoni Memorial Foundation, maybe you were not there, or you were, I'm sure it was reported in your channel television. I made it clear that as far back as 2015, in the northwestern part of Nigeria, we did not know anything called insurgency. We didn't know anything called banditry. We didn't know anything called kidnappings. We were only battling at, as of 2016, there was only something called cattle rustling. Remember, if you don't know the record, I'll tell you what the data. So that was what happened. That's the facts. But somewhere along the line, between 2016, 17, 18, 19, the problem started escalating because of a lot of trust deficit. Because successive governments did not handle the situation very well. That was the issue. And there was trust deficit. And I can tell you, sitting here, I can tell you a lot of issues went really bad along the line. And when the Kuriga children were kidnapped, when they were returned, a lot of people, some were jubilating, some were happy, but of course, even the insecurity merchants were not happy that the children were released. So I'm trying to be realistic here. But somewhere along the line, what did I do? I sat down with these children as a guy and asked them what actually happened. Their children, they're between the ages of 9, 10, 11, 12, maximum 14. And they told me, sincerely, because they don't lie, they're children of 9 years. And they told me, Your Excellency the Governor, we had a message from these bandits. They kept us for 14 days. And I asked them, what did they tell you? What really happened? I asked them in confidence. This is the first time I'm disclosing this thing to anyone. And they told me the bandits told them the reason why they do not hurt them, they didn't do anything to them was simply because they're children. They don't want to do anything against them. But the truth of the matter is that they also send them to me to talk to me. That in the past, there were a lot of discussion between some of them and successive governments. And somewhere along the line, most of their people were killed by the security agencies. That could be a problem. When they started discussion, negotiation, but in this case, let me answer your question. We did not give them 1 naira. There was no monetary issue at all. Let me tell you, most of them are tired. We sat down with them and we asked them, why do you have to continue to remain in the bush? Just attacking our people, kidnapping them. What did they do to you? These people are poor people. They are not the people governing this country. Why do you have to go and start attacking the poor people, the vulnerable, the underserved, and the poor? In fact, yesterday in Beningwali, the person that received the letter on behalf of Jambros, don't forget, Jambros was the person that single-handedly kidnapped 137 children in Kodega. Only him and his gun. Yesterday, I met his father. His father received the letter on his behalf. And I can tell you, I was shocked when the father was telling me most of the things the government were saying in the TV and in the
So these people are also extremely, very, very, at least current in what's happening. And let me tell you, the earlier we stop politicizing this issue, the better for all of us. So what are we trying to do now? We did not just go as a government and negotiate anything. We carry particularly the Binangwari community under the leadership of Binangwari, who have been in that seat for decades, who have been involved in many things. And he told me that all those bandits we're talking about were born in Binangwari in his presence. That's what happened. So there was no negotiation,
so Governor,
there was no monetary but
did you learn anything from what happened in Zamfara and Katsina State? These are states that have also adopted this similar measure.
Let me tell you this: the model, this is Kaduna model, is different. I beg your pardon. This is Kaduna model. But no model is different from any. We are not just, as I'm talking to you as of tomorrow, we will start the registration of most of these people that entered. And of course, we have had a series of programs that we will implement. And I can assure you, as time goes on, I will tell you all our plans. I don't want to come here and tell you our plans, but I can tell you, we have plans. From tomorrow, we are going to start registering all of them. Let me be very frank with you. When they did that in Zamfara and what states you are talking about, that was not the process. This process took us almost 6 months. And we do not do it as a government, like I told you. We carry the entire community, the political leaders in that community, the traditional institution, the religious leaders, the youth organization, as well as the bandits. So nobody did this in isolation. So it is a one plan. That's why we call it Kaduna model. And I can assure you, by the grace of God, I have not that in my mind. Others said will adopt. We are doing in Kaduna. For the lasting peace, not only in Kaduna State, but in the north, generally, and by extension, Nigeria.
Governor Sani, thank you so much indeed for your time, for some of the clarity you have shared on this issue. Thank you so much indeed for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, God. Thank you.